Hey guys, Saki here from SAKITECH, and in today's video what I'm going to do is I'm going to be talking about the Samsung Galaxy S8 and the S8 Plus, basically doing a 1-year review after their release. So a lot of people are actually going to keep their Samsung Galaxy S8s in the wake of the release of the S9 and the S9 Plus. So it's a best time right now to talk about why these phones are pretty amazing and still relevant in 2018. Now, one thing we can do here is we can review both the S8 and the S8 Plus as a single unit because, as you know, there's not much difference between the two smartphones. So the only big difference, unlike the S9 and the S9 Plus, is the fact that the S8 Plus is a little bit bigger than the actual S8, and also it's got a little bit more battery life. So we can review this as a single unit with no problems. So let's dive right in. I'm gonna actually basically talk about top 5 things I love about these smartphones even today. And the first one obviously is the gorgeous design. Now, after you have had these phones for a while, you start to forget what an amazing feat Samsung has achieved with the design language. Now, not only am I talking about the actual build quality of these smartphones, I'm talking about the actual design. So you have glass build front and back, just like the S9 and the S9 Plus. You've got that gorgeous curved edges on the sides of each smartphone. And of course, you've got the nice and rounded corners on all 4 sides of the smartphone. And so the design of this smartphone still is the best in the world. So if you own an S8 and S8 Plus, you should be happy knowing that you've got a design in your hands that's top in the world right now. At least in my opinion. There's people that prefer other designs, and that's fine, but in my opinion, this is the most radical and innovative design you can find on a smartphone today. So design wise, this phone is still relevant, and it's still one of the best looking smartphones in the world. Number 2, of course, is it has to be that top of the line display, and not just the display itself. I'm also talking about the way it's established. So the display itself, quality-wise, is exceptional. It's a Super AMOLED display. It's a Quad HD Plus resolution. It's got many pixels on the screen. So everything is sharp, clear, bright, and vibrant. But on top of that, it's a large and tall display that dominates the front of the screen, and it gives you an infinity look that you really can't get on the other smartphones. So Samsung definitely has achieved success in designing a phone that looks fantastic with a top class display. Everything just blends in together very well, from the design to the display and the final presentation that we see when we hold this phone in our hands. So that's number 2, the top of the line display. It was good last year and it's good this year. Now there's one more thing, and this is number 3, that attracts me to the Samsung phones overall. And that's the deep and rich software features that you cannot find on other smartphones. So you can take a look at the Pixel 2 XL, you can take a look at the iPhone, and if you dive into its software capabilities, it's pretty dull, okay? There's not much going on. They're simple to use smartphones. But with the S8 and the S8 Plus and the S9 and the Note 8 and even the S7s from 2 years ago, you have these really deep and rich features built into the software. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I buy a phone, I don't want it to be simple. Some people like that, and that's fine. I like it to be advanced so I can go in and tweak it and make modifications to it as I please. So you've got the Edge screen, which is a bunch of side panels that you can swipe into, and basically it's a bunch of widgets you can modify. And the bottom line is, it just is nice to have them and modify them. It just gives your phone some spice. Now on top of that, you've got things like the secret folder. The secret folder allows you to create a secret folder and then add a password to it, and then basically you can hide photos, videos, apps, files, whatever you want into that secret folder under a password protection. So that's a feature, again, that I see only on the Samsung smartphones, and especially one that actually is so well designed. It's not an app, it's built into the phone, so nobody can uninstall that to get rid of it and stuff like that. It's built into existing Samsung security. On top of that, I mean, other phones have this as well, but Samsung has some deep and rich customization features, especially with the themes. You can download all these themes, transform the look and feel of your phone exactly the way you want it. And again, if you go to the settings of the smartphone, it just has so much going on in there that I can write a book about it. And in fact, I've made video after video after video going deep into the software features of the S8 and the S8 Plus, so you can see how deep and rich the software experience is. Again, some people prefer simplicity. I don't. I like advanced phones with a lot of software functionality, and that's what the S8 and the S8 Plus give me even today, at the same level as the S9 and the S9 Plus, which also makes them very relevant. So that's number 3, and that's the software features and how deep and rich they are. Now, number 4 is the fact that the phone is still so versatile. So we are in 2018. A lot of phones are going for that minimalist design, and Samsung doesn't look, when you look at it, it looks beautiful, but it doesn't look like it's so complex, yet there's so much going on inside it. As opposed to other phones, again, like the iPhone or the Pixel 2 XL, they have been getting rid of their 3.5mm headphone jacks, but the S8 and the S8 Plus still retain that, and some people appreciate it. On top of that, you've got the micro SD expansion slot on these phones, so if the storage that is built into the phone is not enough, you can always get more storage using a micro SD card. Again, a lot of other manufacturers are getting rid of these versatile features that kind of annoy some people, and I can understand why. Now, on top of that, when you buy this phone, you get AKG tuned headphones. Earphones. So again, another nice feature to include into the sale of this smartphone. So that's number 4, versatility. You know, the headphone jack, micro SD expansion capabilities, and all that good stuff. And finally, again, with the S8 and the S8 Plus, just to show you how relevant they are today, they have all the flagship features you can find on a smartphone. And as a matter of fact, they have some of these features are even better than the latest phones. So you look at the iPhone 10, and it's got wireless charging, it's got water resistance, but in both instances, the S8 and the S8 Plus has a higher IP68 grade water resistance, and also it's got faster wireless charging. So iPhone came late after these phones. It still doesn't have fast wireless charging. It does have it, but it's not as fast as these guys. And these guys are still IP68, when the iPhone and the Pixel 2 XL, they're still IP67. So that's number 5. Basically, you're buying this phone, you're getting top of the line flagship features. They're still present in 2018. You also have iris scanner, you've got fingerprint sensor, you've got facial recognition. So basically, you've got everything you need in this phone to feel like you're, to speak metaphorically, driving a really good, high quality car. So that's basically everything. I mean, let's recap that. So number 1, we talked about the design. It's got one of the best designs in the world. Number 2, it's got one of the best displays in the world. Plus, it works so well with the design. It's large and tall, and it looks beautiful. And then you've got the number 3, you've got the extremely rich software functionality. And number 4, you've got the versatility with the headphone jack and micro SD expansion. And number 5, you still have maximum flagship features such as water resistance, wireless charging, and of course the iris scanner. So it's a fantastic phone all around. And not only that, if you're in the market to buy one of these, it's one of the best times to buy it, because the price is going really down in the wake of the release of the S9 and the S9 Plus. And what I want to do is I want to leave you guys with the trailer, the release trailer, the original trailer for the S8 and the S8 Plus, just to see how amazing these phones actually are. Because like I said, you own them for a year and you kind of forget how great they were when they first got released. And with these phones, they're not obsolete. You know, they don't feel like they were from 2 years ago. They feel like they're from today. So watch that trailer to see how Samsung highlights some of the features of the smartphones, including the display and all that stuff. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, just drop them down below and let me know. You can let me know if you're gonna actually, you know, maybe you are thinking of buying the S9 or the S9 Plus. Maybe you're thinking of keeping these. Just give me some opinions, some ideas of what you think about the S8 and the S8 Plus 1 year after it's released. And make sure to subscribe to SAKITECH if you're not already a subscriber, and give this video a thumbs up. And finally, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at SAKITECH Online. Guys, have a fantastic day. Go ahead and watch that trailer.
We live our lives through our phones. They're now our screens of choice to enjoy everything from TV shows to mind-blowing games. But smartphones still look the same as they did a decade ago. Buttons, bezels, and frames that all get in our way. Until now. Unbox your phone. Samsung Galaxy S8. The new Infinity Display gives you an incredible full-screen experience, yet fits comfortably in your hand. We created it by reorganizing the phone's interior, making components smaller without sacrificing performance, and embedding the home button under the screen. We created the beautifully curved edge display and also erased the bezels to give you more space for the things that matter, creating a level of immersion you see and feel. Even games and movies are completely different with the Infinity Display's cinematic full-screen experience. And a bigger screen gives you the room to multitask seamlessly. The Galaxy S8 also presents a whole new way to interact with your phone, like Bixby.
Bixby, capture the screen and text it to Jane.
Bixby gets smarter and more intuitive with every use. And if you find something you like, Bixby analyzes it and provides information without having to type a single word. Bixby evolves as it learns your routine, so you'll have the right content just when you need it. Bixby also gives you information on what you're looking at and will recommend places to go. We constantly push ourselves to give you technology that makes your life easier. The ability to unlock your phone with one finger or even with your face, and secure your most important files with your eyes. Samsung DeX provides you a PC-like experience right from your phone. The camera is even better. It always focuses on your face, so you get perfect selfies every time. It also takes sharp, beautiful pictures in low light, and now it's even easier to zoom in. And of course, the Galaxy S8 is still water resistant, so water doesn't get in the way of your day. The new Galaxy S8 connects you to a new world of experiences. The new Gear VR has a motion-sensing wireless controller that makes navigating your virtual world simpler and more intuitive. And paired with the new Gear 360, the Galaxy S8 lets you live broadcast in 360, so you can share your most memorable moments in real time. The Galaxy S8 will take you beyond the limits of any phone you've ever known before. Unbox your phone. Samsung Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus.